Ilia Topuria is a cool guy, but I kind of disagree. Well, I know for sure Islam Makhachev is not afraid of him. I'll tell you this, as a person that's a friend of Islam, a person that's known Islam for years and years and years, he's not afraid of him.
I'd bet the house on Ilia. He's grappling offensively.
The people never want to give Team Khabib their respect, right? They want to see them lose so bad. They just want to, shun them. And
yeah, I mean, that's another same thing. I mean, Topuria, when he touches, it falls, and
Ilia versus Islam is a really cool fight. Ilia's been great.
If Islam fights Ilia, I mean, I think there's definitely a size difference. I think Ilia is a lot smaller than Islam. Islam is a big lightweight, a tall lightweight, and he's good in every area. However,
I think he's the pound for pound #1 right now. And I think he can win. And what makes me think that...
Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on the biggest MMA debates and matchups. Now let's get straight into the discussion that has the entire fight world buzzing.
There's been moments where we're in practice and I'm going with Khabib or Islam and I'm the big guy. So generally, a smaller guy gets on top of you. When you decide it's over, you just throw him off of you. Yep. No technique, no skills. You just literally grab him and you kind of throw him off of you. I'm grappling with Islam once and I try to throw him off of me, but he's still there. And so then I give him a little harder shove and he's still there. Next thing you know, I'm grappling at 100% because the dude's that strong. But again, I had never really grappled with him in that way, like at a decent pace. So I didn't recognize the strength when he was trying to keep me down. Ilia Topuria is a cool guy, but I kind of disagree. Well, I know for sure Islam Makhachev is not afraid of him. I'll tell you this, as a person that's a friend of Islam, a person that's known Islam for years and years and years, he's not afraid of him.
Daniel Cormier has recently warned Ilia Topuria not to fight Islam Makhachev, believing Islam's wrestling would be too much to handle. But at the same time, he emphasized that Islam is focused on building a lasting legacy, and yet he hasn't always felt fully appreciated by the fans. Cormier explained that if people are expecting Islam to accept a fight with Ilia, they may be disappointed, because Khabib's team only moves when they genuinely want to. He pointed out that Khabib and his circle are always direct and authentic, and when they speak publicly, it should be taken seriously.
Khabib is about as straight a shooter as you're ever going to find. I'm telling you, when he's mad at me, he tells me. When he's mad at someone else, he tells you. He doesn't hide. So when you hear him say things publicly, take it as fact. This isn't him posturing. This isn't these guys trying to raise the price on a fight or anything. This is a true emotion, a true feeling, because honestly, that's just how these guys operate. Islam has title fight victories, but they're Volkanovski, huge name of the featherweight, Dustin Poirier, name, right? And he probably felt the love after Renato Moicano, right? On short notice. So of his 4 fights, there are a lot of situations where he just didn't probably feel the love. And if you're trying to build a legacy, you got to feel that love. The update should not feel good for people that support the idea that Ilia Topuria should fight next. I'm just being honest with you because I'm telling you, I know these dudes. I know these dudes, and I know when they talk to you, you might as well listen because they're telling you the truth. Love it or hate it, they're telling you the truth. Dude ain't doing what he doesn't want to do.
Georges St-Pierre also shared his thoughts on the potential matchup, pointing out the high-level skill set of both fighters. He noted Islam's ability to overwhelm opponents and the control he maintains inside the cage, especially with his grappling dominance.
Yeah, I mean, that's another same thing. I mean, Topuria, when he touches, it falls, and on the other side, Makhachev, he applies so much pressure. He's an elite grappler. I mean, they're both good in every areas. It's a great fight for the fans.
His skill set are amazing. I mean, he's champion for a reason, but nobody is invincible. Everybody can lose, everybody can make a mistake.
In a separate discussion, GSP emphasized that even champions can fall. No one is perfect in this game, and even a single mistake can turn everything upside down.
Skill set are amazing. I mean, he's champion for a reason, but nobody is invincible. Everybody can lose, everybody can make a mistake.
Daniel Cormier also recounted training sessions with Islam and Khabib. As the bigger guy, he was accustomed to brushing off smaller opponents without much effort. But when it came to Islam, that wasn't the case.
There's been moments where we're in practice and I'm going with Khabib or Islam and I'm the big guy. So generally, a smaller guy gets on top of you. When you decide it's over, you just throw him off of you. Yep. No technique, no skills. You just literally grab him and you kind of throw him off of you. I'm grappling with Islam once and I try to throw him off of me, but he's still there. And so I give him a little harder shove and he's still there. Next thing you know, I'm grappling at 100% because the dude's that strong. But again, I had never really grappled with him in that way, like at a decent pace. So I didn't recognize the strength when he was trying to keep me down.
Merab Dvalishvili voiced full support for Ilia's decision to move up in weight. He believes Ilia deserves a shot at Islam, but if not, fights with Charles Oliveira or Dustin Poirier would also be worthy matchups.
Ilia Topuria, would you prefer him stay at featherweight, or would you like to see him go up?
Ilia, he's my good friend, and I have so much respect for him. And he said he wants to go up, and I respect and I support his decision. And now it's up to UFC. They either give him Islam. I think they should give Islam. But if not Islam, either it's Oliveira or Dustin Poirier. So Ilia either wants to fight champion or super fights. That's up to him. And yeah, I will just support him. Wherever he go, whatever he will do, you know. And he's such a great guy and such a great.
Daniel Cormier praised Ilia, but reiterated that Islam doesn't fear him, or anyone for that matter.
Ilia Topuria is a cool guy, but I kind of disagree. Well, I know for sure Islam Makhachev is not afraid of him. I'll tell you this, as a person that's a friend of Islam, a person that's known Islam for years and years and years, he's not afraid of him. So while Ilia Topuria may strike some fear in most, or some, Islam's not afraid of him. And honestly, I'll be honest with you, like, neither is Justin Gaethje, neither is Charles Oliveira, neither is Dustin Poirier or Michael Chandler. Those guys aren't afraid of each other. They're fighters. And when you're a fighter, fear is kind of the last thing that crosses your mind in regards to another fighter, especially if all you have to do is fight them.
Michael Chandler analyzed the size and style difference. While he sees Islam as the bigger and more experienced fighter, he acknowledged that Ilia's striking could be a real problem.
If Islam fights Ilia, I mean, I think there's definitely a size difference. I think Ilia is a lot smaller than Islam. Islam is a big lightweight, a tall lightweight, and he's good in every area. However, Ilia's definitely got the edge in the striking department, and Ilia is very, very, very patient. Now, if he's able to not get taken down and he's able to just patiently break down Islam with those big shots that he lands, the big punches that he lands, it's going to be a good night for Ilia. But I think if Islam gets his hands on him and gets him taken down, I mean, grappling with 145-pounders is a lot different than grappling with Islam, who is one of the best grapplers that we've seen in a very long time. He's strong. He's great at doing damage and getting good positions. I'd have to give the edge to Islam just by size, by strength of schedule thus far and defending the belt, but I wouldn't count Ilia out.
Chael Sonnen challenged the size argument, stating the difference between 145 and 155 isn't significant, and that many are exaggerating Topuria's disadvantage.
Do guys that size not know? I mean, there is a different size of guy. Like there's little guys that don't know they're little guys, and then that's really offensive. It's like really offensive if you call them. I'm not attempting to be offensive. Do 45-pounders and 55-pounders not know? You weigh the same thing. You weigh the exact same thing. If you get on a scale and it says 145, and another dude gets on the scale and it says 155, that scale says the exact same thing. Are you not aware of that? Do guys that size not know that? There is no size difference between Ilia and Islam. It's a 145 versus a 155.
Demetrious Johnson weighed in as well, focusing on the strategic elements.
Ilia Topuria moving up to lightweight. If he does fight Islam Makhachev, how do you think that fight goes?
I think it'll be an interesting matchup because I look at Islam's very good about using his length and throwing the body kick. So are we going to see Ilia Topuria catch a kick for a takedown and start grappling with him? I doubt it. Ilia Topuria is a better boxer. We saw what Islam could do against a good boxer when it comes to Dustin Poirier.
I think Islam's going to be a tough matchup for him.
Armand Tsaroukian sees it as a 50-50 fight.
If Islam and Ilia fought for the title, how do you see that one playing out?
It's a tough fight. Ilia, better striking, good boxing. He never fought with guys who can wrestle very well like Islam. So we'll say it's a 50-50 fight.
Do you think they're going to give Ilia the opportunity to fight Islam for the title if it's not you?
I think so. I'm open for everybody from top 5.
Alexander Volkanovski pointed out Topuria's patience and sharp striking, but emphasized Islam would likely approach the fight cautiously.
Yeah, so it's a look. It just comes to can Ilia catch him? You know, that's what is, and he definitely can. Ilia's very, especially with his approach. He really backs his strike and his boxing. He really knows that he will eventually find the chin, and he's stoic till that happens. You know what I mean? He is on task, and he doesn't. You know what I mean? He'll go even if things aren't working. He's still going to try and find it. So I think Islam's going to be a tough matchup for him because Islam can be quite defensive and safe. I think he's going to know he needs to play it safe with Ilia because he knows Ilia is going to have that puncher's chance.
Joe Rogan made it clear Ilia has earned this shot.
Because you have a world champion versus a world champion. Like, if anybody deserves a fight for the world title in the next weight class, it's you. It's simple. It's simple. You knocked out Max Holloway. I mean, it's simple. You knocked out Alexander Volkanovski, one of the greatest of all time. It's simple. That's a no-brainer. That's the fight. You know, he doesn't want to fight 45 anymore. He wants to fight 55. World title.
Arnold Allen expressed doubts about Islam accepting the fight due to resume concerns, but gave Topuria credit for constantly proving people wrong.
I understand why Islam wouldn't want it, right? He wants to fight legit contenders, and he's had like featherweights, ex-featherweights, late notice guys, replacements. He wants to sort of solidify his title reign, but probably is no bigger fight than Ilia, right? If he goes and batters Ilia, it looks pretty good.
Do you think he beats Ilia?
These guys, I don't know. To be honest, I've ruled him out a few. Oh, we're gonna get run. Hello.
About to get ran over.
Good.
Sorry. My bad.
I don't know. Every time I've ruled him out, he proves me wrong. So I'm not going to do it again. Yeah, like I say, I think Islam wins and he gets ironed out. So
Jorge Masvidal strongly backs Ilia's grappling.
I'd bet the house on Ilia. His grappling, offensively, it's very good. If like you shooting on this guy's legs and you make a mistake and you're the one going for the takedown, he has a very good chance that he might put your ass to sleep.
Bo Nickel believes Ilia has the tools, especially given how well Volk performed against Islam.
I think he's the pound for pound number 1 right now. And I think he can win. Happen. And what makes me think that Ilia will do really well against Islam is that Volk's first fight with Islam. I'm like, man, Ilia's wrestling is way better than Volk's. And obviously, you could see how the striking went.
Aaron Pico called it a huge fight for the sport.
I think it's good for the sport, to be honest with you. I mean, him and Islam, people really want to see that. Everybody has their own style, and it seems like his style is just doing what he did. Honestly, I believe Islam is just a little too much for him, but I'm also a fan, so I would love to see that.
Khabib Nurmagomedov, meanwhile, thinks Ilia hasn't earned the shot yet.
И он дрался, даже дрался с чемпионом 66, летел к нему. Сам на то, в Австралию полетел, у него там на заднем дворе подрался. Команда, мы считаем, что Топурия, он достойный боец. Но он чемпион, защитил пояс, выиграл очень серьезных ребят. Но эти все ребята, которые были в 66, даже тот же самый Холлоуэй, которого он выиграл, он перешел на 70, он ничего не сделал. Из-за этого нам нужно, чтобы Исламу тоже немного осталось. Если так посмотреть, Исламу скоро 34 будет. Но Ислам тоже хочет драться не с Топурией и с Волкановски, или который вышел на замену с Майканом. Ислам хочет драться с большими именами, которые заслуживают, которые давно уже в 70 килограмм. Ты переходишь вес, заслужи, и у нас примерно вот такая...
Daniel Cormier echoed that, saying Islam versus Volk didn't give Islam the boost it should have, so a similar matchup might not be worth it.
Super fights mean that the person that comes on the other side of the super fight feels a lift after winning said super fight. I did it. I felt it after beating St-Pierre Miocic. Islam Makhachev, he had the fight, won the super fight, didn't feel the love because it was like, well, you beat a smaller guy. Maybe that's the case though whenever you're the bigger guy and you actually win. Maybe the love comes when you're the smaller guy and you win the fight. But Khabib's talking about the risk versus the reward, essentially. And the reward or the juice wasn't worth the squeeze, at least in the first case.
Cody Brundage closed with strong words on what a win over Islam would mean for Ilia's legacy.
It's a crazy fight. You know, we talked about that. You know, Yusuf obviously at 145, he's on a tear. He's making his come up, and he wants that Ilia fight so bad. They already fought once, but we were talking about if Ilia goes in and knocks out Islam Makhachev, like how high do we put him on the GOAT list? Right? Like to me, I'm like, John Jones is number one, no matter what. I don't think anybody could surpass John Jones for a long time. Obviously it would take a ton, but everyone in my circle at least is like, man, if he goes and knocks out Islam after knocking out Holloway, after knocking out Volk, he's got to be up there like top 3, and he could do it. I think people, like, he's been knocking all these people out. People really sleep on Ilia's grappling. He's a super high level black belt with really good submissions, really good wrestling, and so I think people are worried, like saying like, oh, well, he'll get out wrestled, but he has great wrestling. So man, I don't know. I would have to go with Islam because he's bigger, and I think weight maybe plays a factor when you have two really highly skilled guys, but that would be an absolute banger.
What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments section, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more MMA coverage every week.